recipe that I'm going to make for you is a recipe that was handed down to me from my two favorite aunts. This is a family recipe that we all of us that grew up in this family have made this. It's fluffy cheesecake. And believe me, this is the fluffiest, lightest cheesecake you could possibly imagine. There are a few steps in making the cheesecake, but the first step is preparing the crust. That's what we're going to do. The crust is made with unseasoned breadcrumbs, sugar, and melted butter. In the bowl, I've already melted the butter. This is 3 tablespoons of butter melted, a fourth of a cup of sugar, and 3/4 cups breadcrumbs. Going to mix that till the breadcrumbs are completely wet from the melted butter and the sugar is incorporated into the breadcrumbs. Mix that well. Breadcrumbs are well mixed. Now we're going to put it into a springform pan. Let me explain this pan to you, what they mean by a springform. It has a spring on the side that you can release. When you release it, the bottom, the tray comes out. Place the pan bottom back into the ring form, the spring form, and drop down and lock it, and you're ready to go. Breadcrumbs are going to go into the bottom of the pan. There is no greasing to this pan. All we're going to do is just put the breadcrumbs in there, and then with our hands, we're going to coat the bottom of the pan evenly, and there we go. That's evenly, and that's firmly patted down for the crust for the fluffy cheesecake. And we're going to set that aside while we make. My KitchenAid comes in so handy for making this recipe, and you'll see why. I have the beater blade in my KitchenAid, the larger bowl, and now I'm going to start adding the ingredients for the cheesecake. And that calls for 1 pound of cream cheese that has been softened at room temperature. I like using Kraft Philadelphia cream cheese. I really find it's a very rich tasting cream cheese. Put that in there. I'm going to add 1/4 cup of milk and 1/2 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. I'm going to beat this well so it's well blended. The next ingredients that we're going to add to this is going to be a pint of sour cream, which is 16 ounces of sour cream, and 1.5 cups of sugar, 6 egg yolks. Our eggs need to be separated because we're going to beat the egg white stiff to add to this mixture later. This is well mixed. Let me now clean my blade, and we're going to add the sugar. The sour cream. The sour cream's been added, and now I'm going to add my 6 egg yolks. I have already separated 4 of the eggs, so we're going to separate 2 more. Putting the whites in the smaller bowl for my KitchenAid. Yolks in another bowl. It's always better to separate when you're doing eggs and you have to separate them. It's always better to do them in separate bowls. In case you get any yolk into the egg white, you can remove it easily rather than put it right into your ingredients. Okay? 6 egg yolks going into the mixture. And we're going to mix that well. Start slow. I'm going to increase the speed a little bit to get that well blended, well mixed. While that's mixing, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, pure vanilla extract. We really need this flavoring. 1 tablespoon. Okay, that slowly. that get incorporated into the mixture. And that looks well mixed. And I'm going to scrape down the bowl before I go on to whipping my egg whites. I have my 6 egg whites in the bowl attached to the KitchenAid. I'm putting on the beater for beating egg whites and whipped cream. Get my beater going, start it slow, and then speed it up. We want stiff egg whites. Egg whites are done. Nice and stiff, foamy. They stand up in peaks. That's what we want. Okay, let's take that over to our mixture. Okay, now we're going to take our egg whites, and we're going to carefully fold the egg whites into our cream cheese and sour cream mixture. Do this slowly, and you see we've got lots of 6 egg whites makes a lot of foam. This is what makes this particular cheesecake extremely airy and fluffy. Most cheesecakes are very heavy and dense. This is going to be nice and fluffy. Carefully fold the egg whites in, and with folding, if you've never done it before, don't get frightened of it. Just go down in the middle of the egg whites like you're slicing a pie and come up with your spatula and turn the mixture over on top of the egg whites. Just keep going around the bowl, slicing and turning and lifting. I call it a slice, turn, and lift. Takes time, but this is what's going to make this cheesecake. It's been folding for quite a while now, and it's well mixed, as you can see. Pour it on top of the breadcrumbs. This is going to fill the spring pan, but don't worry, it won't spill over while baking. In fact, it'll flatten down a little bit. So we're going to get that all out. So good. It smells scrumptious. I can smell the cheese, and I can smell the lemon and the vanilla. Cheesecake is now ready to go into the oven. I've been preheating the oven, and it's a very low oven. It's 325 degrees. And as I said, it's going to bake for at least an hour, sometimes even an hour and a half. So gently put it in the oven. And there she goes. It's been an hour that our cheesecake has been cooking. The top has gotten really golden brown. Let me test it with a toothpick. And that came out clean. The cake might look like it's not cooked because it moved a little bit. But the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to turn off the oven, and it's going to sit in a closed oven for 1 hour. Cheesecake has been sitting in the oven for over an hour. I had turned the oven off after it was cooked, and it cooled down and it firmed up. The longer it sits in the oven, the better it will be for firming up. Now we have to remove it from the springform pan, and what I'm going to do, we have to do this carefully, we don't want it to break. Gently cut across, around the edges, go completely around the cake, because all of it's been removed from the sides of the pan. Release the spring on the pan, and lift up. And voila! Fluffy cheesecake. Sometimes in cooling down in the oven, you will find that the cracks will form on the top of the cheesecake. Don't worry, that's no problem. And to camouflage it, just sprinkle some powdered sugar on top. The cheesecake now is going to go in the refrigerator, and we're going to chill it. Serve this chilled, and this can stay in the refrigerator a day or two, and it will firm up even more than this. Wonderful, fluffy.